The first thing Mark lost wasn't success. It was belief, something deeper, something quiet. In the pale blue light of early morning, he sat alone at the edge of his bed, not moving. A silent phone beside him, a quiet room, a life that felt completely paused. Outside, the city slowly woke up. Cars moved, lights flickered on, life continued. But inside, everything felt still, like time had stopped just for him. Days blurred together, gray skies, long hours, heavier thoughts that lingered. One evening, rain poured endlessly as Mark walked without direction, without purpose. Soaked, exhausted, numb, he kept moving, even when he didn't want to. And then he noticed something. A small dog under a flickering streetlight, thin, trembling, yet quietly watching the world patiently. Mark paused, just for a moment, then walked away. But something about that moment stayed with him longer than expected. The next day, the dog was still there. Same place, same stillness, unchanged. Not asking, not moving, just waiting quietly. This time, Mark stopped. He didn't rush, he didn't hesitate as much. In the soft golden light of sunset, he slowly knelt down, closer than before. The dog didn't run. It didn't beg, didn't react. It simply stayed. Calm, present, still, unwavering. And for the first time in a long while, Mark stayed too, without leaving. He brought him home and named him Flash without overthinking it. At first, nothing changed. The same silence, the same empty space. But Flash moved gently, bringing small moments of life into the quiet. Every morning, Flash waited, not impatient, just there, always there. Then came the hardest night. A dark room, heavy thoughts, everything closing in. Flash walked over, curled beside him, and stayed, without moving. No noise, no expectation, just warmth, steady and real. And in that moment, something shifted, not loudly, but enough to be felt. The weight felt lighter, just enough to breathe again. Mark realized love doesn't always fix everything. Sometimes it just stays when nothing else does. And that is enough to keep going, even when everything feels uncertain. Slowly, things began to change. Not fast, not perfect, but steady. Mornings returned. Steps felt lighter, more natural again. The silence no longer felt empty, just quiet. Time passed, days moved forward one at a time, and one morning, sunlight filled the room. Warm, calm, different than before. Mark stood there, calm, steady, stronger. Not the same person he once was. Not because life was easy, but because he had changed inside. Beside him, Flash waited, just as he always had, without fail. And in that quiet moment, Mark understood something simple and real. When everything falls apart, love is what stays, no matter what. And if you keep choosing it, again and again, even when it's hard, it will carry you forward, even when you feel lost or unsure. Because love is not weakness, it is strength in its quietest form. And the people who keep loving are the ones who find their way forward. Because in the end, it's not about never breaking. It's about choosing to keep going with something that stays beside you. And sometimes that is enough to change everything.